All right. Well, it's been a while, huh? Yeah, over the summer, was back in my parents' house, didn't really feel as if to do a lot of videos just because it's a smaller apartment and I didn't want to couldn't really get a time where I would be undisturbed while making the video. But we're right back into it. We're doing book reviews again. I actually read a lot over the summer. I want to say this is my whole stack, which I'm all going to be reviewing right now. Which is not bad for, especially considering that I was working. I work part time normally, but over the summer I wasn't in school, obviously, so I was working I was averaging 35 to 40 hours a week. There was 3 weeks in a row where I actually worked 55 hours or like 50 plus hours for each week. So for that stack of books for over the summer, some of them are a bit long too. We're gonna go through all of them. So we got a bit of a agenda, but the reason why I haven't exactly been making a book review on every book that I've read. Since the channel started, right? Like I've obviously read more than the 6 book reviews that I have up since I started my channel. Not really for any reason other than I'm just lazy sometimes. But I want to get more into it because I've realized that I read a lot, and I was like I need some way. I'm at a community college right now, and I want to transfer to a university after my 2 years. But I wanted some, just trying to. I want scholarships, obviously. So I'm just trying to make my kind of resume more appealing. And I was like, I read a lot of books, so I looked up like, can I use that on my resume? And the answers were like, you can't really say that you read a lot of books, but if you blog about it, or if what I'm doing, if you make videos about it, then you can actually use that as something to, kind of boost your resume a bit. So, I'm gonna get more into it because, with the amount of books that I'll read by then, it'll probably reach triple digits, I think. Um, anyways, let's get right into it. The book that I'm reading today, or reviewing today, sorry, is going to be Secrets of Mental Supremacy by William Richard Cunningham Latson. If the name didn't give you a hint, it's a very old book, and this is not the original binding. This is actually from a website called Forgotten Books that I found, and I love a lot. Just has pretty much a lot of old books that you can't really find in a regular bookstore these days. It's a really cool website. Again, it's just called Forgotten Books. You want to go in there, check out a few books. You don't have to buy an actual physical copy. They have ebooks on there. I think you buy a $10 thing, and then you have access to all the ebooks and PDFs that are on the website. I don't like ebooks. I just like the physical thing, so I bought this. But anyways, Secrets to Mental Supremacy, nonfiction. It is about, as you might have guessed, it is about getting better with your mind. And I actually really like this. This book, I want to say it was definitely, I don't know if it was 19th century or 20th century. Let's see, I can probably see right quick. No, but I think I looked it up. It was either late 19th century or early 20th century, right? So early 1900s. But he actually compared to most self-help books, it's really thin, right? But the thing is that he just says I'm not gonna waste a lot of time. I'm literally just gonna tell you what it is, and he does do that. So while it's thin, it's literally I'm gonna say 90% of it is the actual stuff to help you get better, right? There's very few introductory sentences. Um, he really just briefly explains why he's telling you to do these things and what it helps you with, right? So I can't really spoil this. It's not a novel with an ending, right? So I'm just gonna tell you a few things that I liked about it. First of all, he enumerates what makes someone with a good mind. And he explains how it goes up the hierarchy, right? So he's like, number one, you need good senses. You need very astute senses. Otherwise, how are you gonna perceive the world, right? If you can't see, hear, or smell, or very well, how are you going to get this? That is the building block of being smart. You need to be able to see and experience and hear these things, right? You need to be able to sense well, right? And actually, he lists some very good exercises. I don't want to give away the whole book, but um, one that I'll tell you about right now is what you might have heard referred to as olfactory training, right? The training of your nose. And it made me want to go and get it. So I bought off Amazon an 120 pack of essential oils. So you can train your nose, right? And very briefly, what you do basically is you just take one of the things, right? It doesn't have to be an essential oil. I mean, it can be a box of literally like, I don't know, cinnamon and with cinnamon inside it, like a little tiny box. And you just smell it, but you don't know what it is, right? So with essential oils, right? I essentially grab the whole. Like I'll show you right quick. I'll essentially just grab the thing, right? This is ginger, but I wouldn't know. I just grab it like this, and then I'll just smell it. I'll take the lid off. I'll smell it, and I'll be like, "What is this?" You know? I'll have to use my nose. I'll be like, "Oh, this is ginger or whatnot," or I got it wrong. So I've been trying that, right? It's actually been working pretty nice. I wanted to do this especially because I don't know. I feel like my nose is sometimes stuffy. Might be because of my weight. But I don't know. Yeah, very good book overall. And then he goes from you need senses, you need a good memory because if you can't remember any of what your senses have detected, there's no point. After the memory, I think it goes into correlation, like connecting memories together, right? Because just a bunch of scattered memories isn't going to really help you. But once you can start to put those memories together, that's when you can get like a really good mind, a sense of the world around you, right? But and then I think after that, I want to say after correlation, it was willpower, right? It was either there's two after that. It doesn't really matter which order they go into, but after that would be willpower, right? Because you need to be able to focus on making your mind better, or focus on edifying yourself, or whatnot, what have you, right? You need to be able to focus, right? Which was really like ahead of his time, because I mean, just back in the early 1900s, what distractions did you have now? But today, no, now it's a problem. And then after that, he said imagination, right? Because he was like, all the great geniuses in history, I mean, anything that's ever existed in the mind before it existed in the real world, right? So like it existed not in real life before it was in real life, right? So you need to have the good powers of imagination. And this is actually how I found out that I have hyperphantasia, which is a really overactive imagination if you don't know. I can get into that in another video, but yeah, overall, if it is something you're interested in, just being smarter, it's different than a lot of self-help books where it doesn't have all that filler, hence why it's not like the freaking, you know, hence why it's not this thick, like most self-help books today are. That's Play-Doh, by the way. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. As always, it's not going to work if you don't actually do the exercises. Like, if you just read the book and that's it nothing's going to happen. But if that's something you're interested in, going off my scale, I'm going to give it I would buy it at full price. I think it was like freaking $8. So I would say a 70. Actually, I would say like a 80. It depends. I mean, if you're looking just for like reading quality, it's a nonfiction book, so it's not really going to be there. So I guess we'll have to rate it on the aspects of nonfiction alone. I don't read that much nonfiction. Um, Actually, I have one more nonfiction book, so I guess, yeah. So I'll just say in terms of nonfiction, not comparing it to fiction, I'm going to say 81. I would buy it at full price. Actually, let's go with an 84. I feel like 81's too low. I don't want to give it any higher than 84, though. Just because it's good. I mean, it does what it tells you it's going to do. It tells you secrets of mental supremacy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I will be making a few more videos.